Hi guys, it's Lisa, today with a 6-pile pick a card reading, and it's for June 2019, and it's going to be your monthly forecast. So go ahead and pick one of these 6 piles. You can pause the video and decide which one calls out to you the most. And just a real shout out to everybody who's subscribed. I really appreciate all of you, and we're like a little bit closer. We're pretty close to getting closer to having 1K subscribers, and so that will be great because we'll be able to have a community tab, and I'm really stoked to have one of those because I love interacting with other people's community like posts and stuff, so I want one of my own. I'm really excited about that. So if you haven't subscribed already, please do, if you want to anyways. I'm not forcing you. And then, yeah. And if you want to get to know me more, I'm going to link my Instagram down below. I don't post on it a whole lot, but I have made an Instagram for this, like, you know, to interact with everybody. And so, yeah, if you want to follow me there, you can. It'll be down below. Also, the links to the decks are down below, and they are affiliate links. It's just so I can buy more decks if I get like a very, very tiny percentage if you do buy anything off Amazon from that, like after clicking that link. And so it all goes to Amazon gift cards, which I use for decks. So it'll help assist out if you do that, you know, to help buy more decks and stuff. But yeah, so I want to wish you all the very best. And I hope that this reading, you know, really, you know, helps you get excited for June and, you know, just gives you, you know, knowledge that will help you. That's really what this is all about. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, and take care. Hey, so if you've chosen pile number 1, this is your reading for the month of June. Okay, so you've got the World, the Page of Cups, and the Page of Wands. This really tells a lot, actually. So the World is all about completion, and let's just grab it here for you. It talks about completion of something, feeling complete in some way. It can also talk about travel. So I think for many of you, you are going to be completing something. It can be about completing like an education. It can be about completing, you know, a marriage. For instance, you got married. It's about crossing some kind of threshold in your life where you have kind of, you know, completed something basically. And yeah, like I said, it could be a marriage. It could be a education. It could be, you know, finally getting your business off the ground and sort of running, for instance, and, you know, having more stability in that way. And what's interesting is that we have the Page of Cups and the Page of Wands, and that really talks about the energy that you may be having, which is kind of looking towards the next step. So once you complete something, you're kind of like, and you start to feel a little bit more stability, you're going to be kind of thinking, okay, what's next? You know what I mean? What can I plan next? And, you know, we always start these new stages in our life as, you know, maybe with a beginner type of energy. And that's what the Page of Cups and the Page of Wands, I think, reveal in this. You also could be young people, but that are pick this pile. But I don't think so. It just is about a young energy, maybe. With the Page of Cups, it's about, you know, emotion. You might be feeling a little bit sensitive this month, but not in a bad way. You might be having, you know, trying to, you know, discover how you feel about this new completion. Like, how does it make you feel? Thinking about your feelings in this way, trying to discover yourself in some way. And then we have the Page of Wands, and it's about ideas and new plans and new enthusiasm towards life, you know. So whatever you've complete, like for instance, so if I were going to use that, you know, the example of a job, you know, education. Say you finished your education. Now it's time to think about what's next. What kind of, you know, what kind of things can you put out in the world now that you've completed it? What do you want next in life? And the Page of Cups can also be quite a daydreamer, and so can the Page of Wands, by the way. They can be very much in their head. So while you may not be getting a whole lot of action done this month, but you may get some action, but I think it's going to be more of a scheming month. You're going to be thinking like, you know, what can I do next type of thing. We also have, okay, so yeah, and we have you're already doing it. So it says stop overthinking and keep facing your true north. And I think right now you guys are on the right path to where you need to be. So whatever you kind of completed in your life, if it was like a, you know, more negative, it could be the ending of a relationship, for instance. If that's a big thing to you that you've recently completed, for instance, and it's over kind of, it could be, you know, getting in that energy of thinking about what you want next in life. what kind of person do you want to bring in. And yeah, so you might be in the mood to, maybe find some expanding type of material, watch TV shows that, really show what you want in your love life, that, make you feel good and kind of show what you want to attract in your life. And it's, about that type of stuff, getting out there and finding out what makes you happy. And then we have, for your love life here with the romance angel cards, we have very soon. So clearly decide what you want, so that it comes to you now. And then honeymoon. I do feel like, though, with this world card, that some of you may be traveling, and it could be with a love interest, or you may be able to meet somebody that you'll have a really good time with as well on this trip. So for some of you, that could be the message. You might actually be traveling this month, and it'll be kind of like a romantic type of trip. Like, you don't have to be going with somebody. You might meet somebody there. And it would just be kind of maybe a beginner type of thing. Young energy. And like, it wouldn't be necessarily something that would last forever. Do you know what I mean? It could just be someone you have a good time with. Sorry, my dog is really... He can never decide whether he wants in or out. So if I let him in, then he'll be like, oh, I want to go back out. And then so he just prances on our floor with his nails, and it's very annoying. I know, I'm sorry. So, and then with the T cards here, we have wind chimes, so peace and harmony. So I think it is going to be, a very peaceful month for you. You're going to be in that, like I said, some kind of, I think a little bit of a dreamy energy, kind of feeling like, okay, now it's time that I can sit and try to focus more on what I want in life. And we have karma, you'll reap what you have sown. And I think that with that completion, it's kind of like all that effort that you've been putting into something, you're going to get what you deserve out of it. And whether, even if it's a negative, like for instance, like I said, maybe a relationship ending that you didn't want to, it's all for the best, right? So this is all for the best. You're going to be getting together with friends. And you have a two-faced friend. So some of you might be dealing this month with a two-faced friend in your circle. And maybe you even know who that is. So I would just, be careful with that type of person. And, be careful who you give your energy to. With the Page of Cups, you can be a little bit more sensitive. So, I would just try to maybe avoid, don't be afraid to cut people out of your life that are a little bit two-faced. And, you have get together with friends. It could be like, focus on the friends that are good for you in your life. Let me see. Maybe I can get some advice here for this two-faced friend. Any advice for Palm? Any advice? Oh. Hold on. There's too many of them. What's that one? Passion and romance. Oh, wait. It could be somebody that gets involved with the, if you are interested in somebody, it could be someone that's like also interested in the same person. It might be trying to disrupt it a little bit. I think that will only apply to some of you though, okay? So I wouldn't worry about it too much. I don't think it's going to, like, the overall energy is very good this month for you guys. So even if it is like, you're dealing with someone that's a little bit two-faced in your life, it's not going to dominate your month, okay? I promise. It's not going to be something that's like, you still are going to have a lot of peace and harmony. So I think, you have the strength to cut anybody like that out of your life and just be like, whatever, do you, and I'll do me. So I hope that you all have a wonderful June, pile number 1 people. And I'll see you guys in the next video. And yeah, take care, guys. Hey, so if you've chosen pile number 2, this is your reading for June 2019. So you've got the 9 of Cups, the Star, the Page of Pentacles, romantic feelings, let go of control issues, birthing a new age, and then some T cards here, clouds, hat, bread, and older man. So, okay. So with 9, what is interesting here is that with the 9 of Cups and the Star, you have 2 kind of like wish cards. So I do feel like some of you are going to be like closer to having a wish granted this month, or you may even have a wish granted in some way. So the 9 of Cups, it talks about abundance, and it's, it just is a promise that, you're going to have everything that you want you know, or that you'll have something that you want, at least, that you've been wanting. So I do think that you guys will be having some kind of wish fulfillment and abundance this month. And then we have the Star, which is also about, like, you know, hopes and dreams and destiny and, you know, trusting in your path, kind of. And yeah, like being, you know, you see her in the Star card, she's vulnerable, they're naked, you know, standing there naked and vulnerable, and she's really just, yeah, she's letting things flow, her emotions flow. And you've got these, you know, stars, you know, kind of represent, you know, the things that we want in life, our guidance, what guides us, and so on and so forth. And then we have the Page of Pentacles, and that's about, you know, the Page of Pentacles is young, and that doesn't mean you have to be young, but you might be in a place where you don't have everything that you desire financially or materially yet, and you're really trying to think about how to make it happen. You might have, you know, business ideas or things that you're thinking about that can bring stability into your life, but maybe you just don't have the resources quite yet. But, you know, it is a promise that if you keep working at it and, you know, you use practicality and you use, you know, this, what you have, and try to build on that, you're going to get far. And I do see here with birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. So I do think that you guys are going to be in this energy of like really trying to birth something this month that, you know, would be something that would fulfill your wishes and really feel a part of your destiny in some way. Yeah, and it's something that might be eventually bring you stability in your life in some way materially. So I do feel like it's like that type of thing. You might be thinking and scheming about, what can I do to make more money in my life, bring more money into my life, bring more financial stability and security. And then we have for your, well, and I want to talk about, I'll just continue here. So we have an interesting thing over here with hat. It says you will be playing a different role. So I do feel like some of you might even be thinking about career changes, and that could be why you're in the Page of Pentacles energy. It might be that you're trying to start on some new journey in life, a new kind of career or a new path. And so it might be a different role than you're used to. And it might feel like you're wearing a different hat. And it may be a little bit uncomfortable at first, and you may feel like, oh, I don't know if I have enough to do this, but you do. And because we do have temporary problems, right? So yeah, some of you may face temporary problems this month, but it's not going to be, you know, temporary problems are temporary, so they won't last. And they, you know, are promised to be, you know, to disappear along with the clouds. Whew, they move on and go away. So yeah, any problems that you're going to have this month that, you know, interfere with your life, they're going to be temporary. They'll go away. And, you know, then we have bread over here. So it's like period of prosperity and abundance. So I do feel that many of you might start to see some kind of clues to abundance, or you might actually start to feel the abundance from some of the things that you've been working on. We have older man, so dealing with a relationship with an older man. Now this could come to your romance life, or it could be something, maybe it's elsewhere in your life. Maybe you've been spending a lot of time with a grandfather or a father figure, or just maybe an older man in your life. Maybe that you have a boss or a coworker that's older. That's probably going to be, depending on who you are and what's going on in your life. But for those of you that, let's look at your love situation. Some of you may be in a relationship or pursuing someone who's a bit older than you. Like I said, it doesn't have to be like 10 years older. It could just be a bit older than you. We have romantic feelings. So your feelings are real and worth exploring. So you might be having some developing feelings about somebody. But you might have some control issues this month. It says let go of control issues. So in your love life, maybe you have high expectations of somebody, and they're not acting the way that you want them to. You know what I mean? So if you do have any of those type of control issues, try to let go of them and see why you feel that way. If you're feeling jealous about your love, your romantic partner, why are you feeling jealous? Is it because you feel inferior in some way? Do you not like their behavior? Do you know what I mean? Like, why does their behavior bother you? How does it make you feel? Delving deep into that. And if you do have some control issues, you could always try to look into material like books and such that can help you improve your relationships, but not by improving, maybe some of your own issues that you have that, interfere with your ability to maybe express yourself, your romantic feelings or pursue them in some way. So that's what I've got for you, pile number 2. And I really hope that this helps you have, you know, be prepared for your month ahead. And, you know, if it resonates with you and you appreciate it or like this video, let me know in the comments. And I wish you all the very best and have a wonderful June. Hey guys, so if you've chosen pile number 3, this is your reading. So we've got the 2 of chalices, the Knight of Athames, and the 3 of chalices. So these are about the 2 of cups, Knight of swords, and the 3 of cups. We have attraction, let your friends help you, pillar of light, and we have torch, chain, scissors, and ear. So let's see here. So I do notice, yeah, you've got the 2 and the 3 of cups. And so, well, the 2 of cups talks about, yeah, it can talk about relationships, right? One-on-one relationships, like where you have, you know, it can talk about romance. So for some of you, you might be trying to really like focus on partnerships, finding that other person in your life this month, if you do, or, you know, improving, you know, the relationship that you do have with one particular person. Like, it doesn't have to be romantic, but for some of you that may resonate if it's romantic. If it is if you do have a romantic relationship in your life and you're trying to fix it, this is a pretty good card, especially also with the 3 of chalices here. It's a great combination that you can work past any problems that you have had. There'll be attraction there in your life, and we have let your friends help you. So if you have been having problems with your relationship, you might get some good advice from friends, and maybe you know, you could take your partner out with friends and have a good time in group settings, and really just like have a, you know, nourish and your relationship in that way where you can have good times and celebrate together. So also, if say for instance you're single and you've really been wanting to make this connection with somebody, perhaps you have an attraction to somebody, or you just want to find, you know, you're feeling attractive and you just want to attract that into your life, or you want to attract the right person in your life, I really feel like your friends have a big hand in this in some way. We have that 3 of cups there, and it just shows like, you know, 3 women there. And then we have let your friends help you. So I do feel as if like your friends can help you meet somebody in some way this month. And like it does say a chain of events that will affect your life. I do feel like if you go out, you know, take every opportunity in June to get out and mingle if you're looking for love. Because I think that one of the things that you'll go to when you go out, it will have, you know, it'll cause a chain of events that will affect your life. Like, I think that you'll meet somebody. So that's a very, you know, important message for those of you that are single and looking for love and trying to attract that into your life. So let's see what else we've got. We do have, yeah, and we have that Knight of Swords. So you could meet, you know, an air sign. You can meet somebody that will come in really quickly, and it will just be such a shock, right? It can talk about quick news, quick meeting, and so on and so forth. Now, let's see here, what else have we got? We'll get to that in a minute. That goes along there. And then I do think some of you, yeah, will have some good news this month. It's going to be, I think generally June is going to be a very good month for you. And with that Knight of Swords there too, it can talk about news. So you may get some kind of news that comes in pretty quickly, like towards the beginning of the month. But we have disappointment in some affair. The news could be good, but maybe, you know, let's see here. So I think this disappointment in some affair, it could be that, like, you might start the month out feeling kind of like, I think this goes back to like the love life thing for those of you that are single. Some of you might be feeling like, oh, this is never going to happen for me and stuff like that, but it will happen. I think that's what this is related to. If it isn't, I really think that, you know, it's going to be one of those disappointments of like a more minor scale, like perhaps you're late for something, or you miss something, like miss a concert, or, you know, it might be something like that type of energy where it's not like the end of the world, oh my god, but it's something that, you know, might be a little bit disappointing. maybe you get, want to buy concert tickets and they're all sold out and you can't, like, they already jacked the prices up so high that you can't afford them. I don't know why I keep talking about concert tickets. Maybe some of you are going to concerts. I have no idea. I never go to concerts. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, and then we have, torch. So spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. And I do think that many of you are going to be really going on a spiritual journey this month, spiritually. So, we have Pillar of Life, and it says your vibration is raising and you are the oracle. And this card is really about realizing that inside of us we have the intuition and knowledge, actually. And sometimes the guidebook, I think, even mentions like about that sometimes we rely so much on spirit guides or like cards and so on and so forth to like tell us what we need to do. And when actually, like, we hold the power inside of we have the knowledge deep down in us. Do you know what I mean? So it's all about finding that, way of discovering the knowledge that we do hold. And, like, for me, I've been reading a lot about, like, human design. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. I'm more of like an astrology type person, but like I'm really into astrology, and I think I'm way more knowledgeable about astrology than any other type of divination system. But I would say that, like, I've been looking at this human design, and they talk about like how we go after things. So, like, I'm a manifesting generator, if you know what that is, and it's like, and we have like a sacral, like we have different ways of like knowing when we're good or not, kind of. I don't know. Anyways, I'm still trying to learn. It's quite complicated, but I know that, like, for me, I have like the sacral like reaction or something like that, and it's kind of like, if there's a no there, I shouldn't do it, kind of like. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't know how to explain that very well. I'm horrible with words sometimes. Mercury square Neptune, but just like, I think it's more about like really digging deep into like what you really want, what you really feel about things. And if you are really struggling with your love life and wanting to attract that, happiness in like that partner that you want in your life, it might be beneficial for you to get down and dig deep into what you really want. And assess the people that are in your life and assess the situations that you see around you. Learn how to follow your pings, like the things that you feel drawn to do. You know what I mean? If you have those pings, like somebody calls you up out of the blue, take those pings, you know what I mean? That's kind of like what this is too, you know what I mean? Don't wait for always for something else to tell you to do something. Follow that inner, voice or that inner guidance that you feel, start tuning into that stuff more. But anyways, that's what I've got for you, pile number 3 for June. I think it's overall going to be a very good month for you. I think many of you that are single will discover somebody this month that will really bring you a lot of happiness, at least romantically. I'm not promising soulmates or anything, but I'm promising some good times for you. So, yeah. I wish you all the best, guys. And yeah, if you like this, you can give me a like, leave me a comment, let me know, and take care, guys. Hello. So if you've chosen pile number 4, this is your reading. So for the month of June 2019, you have the Hermit, the Moon, the 3 of Cups, and engagement, stay optimistic about your love life, dance, fox, skull, bat, and dog barking. So, okay, the first thing I'm going to address is maybe the more negative aspects that I see here. And that's this moon card and skull and this bat. And I guess maybe fox. I think fox might have something to do with this as well. But, okay, the moon is about our, intuition, but it also can be about illusions, secrets, and stuff. And with this card here, skull, it says hidden secrets can harm you. I do feel like some of you might be learning something this month in June, that's gonna be like, it might be kind of something secretive that might come to light. And I really do feel like it's about somebody that's in your life, because we have the bat card, which is take care, enemies are working against you. So you might find out that somebody isn't quite your friend the way you thought they were, or they're not really actually for you, or if it's somebody you've been seeing or something, you might find out that they're not kind of the person you thought they were. And you may even feel, that energy to like hide away. The Hermit can talk about like loneliness and feeling like you just want to like withdraw from like, you know, life, you know, from people kind of, and just go spend time alone. And I want to tell you though that that is really not, you know, the energy that you should stay in. Maybe you should do it to like kind of like lick your wounds and like get over whatever may hit you in June, in this aspect. And like it may not be like horrible. I'm not promising like life shattering secrets or something. It just might be, you know, you just find out that somebody isn't quite what they said they were, and maybe they're, you know, not your true friend, or, you know, truly on your side in some way. And yeah, it may put you in this mode to want to like withdraw and just be like, screw everybody. I don't need anybody in my life. I just want to be alone. I can't trust anybody. Well, first of all, the first advice I'm going to give you is we talk about shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. So if this is like a work situation where you find out that somebody has been like, you know, talking bad about you, it might be in your best energy to do a little bit of the Hermit stuff, you know, kind of like withdraw a little bit to like, you know, and not engage with the person or the situation, because we have shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. Yeah, so it's like maybe being a little bit sneaky, trying to think ahead like a fox would, you know what I mean? Try to make a plan. But I do see a dog barking, and it's advice from a friend. We have the Three of Cups here. I do feel like you have good people in your life that are going to be able to support you, so don't stay in this hermit mode if you feel tempted to. Try to push yourself out of it. Take advice from your friends about the situation, and, you know, celebrate, you know, get out and have a good time with them, the ones that, you know, you can trust. And, you know, dance. We have dance, and it says do something to shift your vibration. Don't let yourself fall into like depression over somebody disappointing you in some way, and stay optimistic about your love life. So if this has to do with your love life in some way, you know, just try to stay optimistic and realize, you know, maybe think more about who you're engaging yourself with. For instance, I know it does say, you know, your love life is ascending to a, you know, a higher level of commitment. I don't know, for some of you that may be the case, but I think it's more just, I'm thinking about engagement, engaging with other people and the right people that you need in your life. And I do feel like you'll be able to uncover more about that this, you know, in June, about who's really with you and who's not. And, you know, no matter if they're not with you, then, you know, screw them. And just do, you know, dance anyways, and do what you want to do, you know, and get yourself out of their vibration. If they're negative and they bring it, you know, and then you don't want them to rub off on you anyways, you know, with their bad energy. So I do think that you have some good advice that will come from a friend, and you should really like try to engage more with friends that are on your side. And that's really what I see for you, pile number 4. Let me see if I can get anything else here. But I mean, if this isn't like romance related and you're wondering about your romantic life, I mean, obviously people listening are going to have different situations. Some may be in a relationship, some may not. Some may be married, some may not be. They may just be still boyfriend and girlfriend or whatever, or engaged or different things. You know what I mean? I just think that you're going to have generally a good, your romantic life won't be too horrible as long as that thing isn't affected by it. But I don't feel like it for most of you this will be, whoever is keeping secrets and stuff. I don't think it's a romantic partner or person in your life. I think it's more going to be towards, that's going to be a friend or somebody at work. But yeah, I think that most of you will have a good love life. And yeah, and it says, yeah, shift your vibration. So like really think about how you can change your attitude and not let other people rub off on you. Just, you know, do what you know, you need to do for yourself to be happy. And watch who you hang around. Hang around the people that make you feel good, like that in that Three of Cups card, you know, the people that make you want to celebrate and have a good time and let your hair down and be happy. But I want to wish you all the best for June 2019, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, guys. Hey guys, so if you picked pile number 5, this is your reading for June 2019. So we've got the 10 of Wands and the Queen of Cups, the Page of Wands, Children, Love Yourself First, Mirror, Spear, Quill, Tree, and Fair Man. Okay, The first thing that I see for you guys in June 2019 is that many of you have a child in your life that is probably going to really take up a lot of your time in June, or your energy in some way. First of all, we have children, the children card. So it says your love life is being affected by children. I don't think that that message is necessarily relevant. I do feel, though, that many of you, especially if you're a woman, the Queen of Cups here, I do feel like you're going to have, maybe your child is going to be really extra this in June. Perhaps it might be, we have affairs with your family. So it doesn't have to be your child. It even could just be a child in your family is going through something that is really drawing your attention to them. And this person, well, we have Page of Wands. It could be a fire sign, but that's not, it's not necessary. It just means that it's somebody that's, really, excitable, and, the type of person that would be like bouncing off the walls and really happy and, adventurous. Yeah, and I feel like, I don't know, I don't want to, let me look here. Basics. I no longer have dealing with. Yeah, I don't know. I can't tell you exactly what I think is going to happen with, this child or whatever, if you do have a young child in your life. But I do feel like that there is something big going on with that child. Could be, like, maybe for some of you, like, this is totally off the wall, and, maybe some of you dislike me for this or whatever, but, like, perhaps, like, if you're a mother, you might be sending your kid off to, like, camp for the first time, and it might be really make you emotional and in your feelings. Do you know what I mean? Like, you might be hitting some kind of milestone where they're going to have to go off on their own kind of and do something big. Maybe you have to send them to their dads for the summer. If you're divorced or something, they have to go to the other parent for the summer, or something that's going to make you maybe feel a bit emotional. I don't necessarily get it. It's going to be too horrible, but we do have the Ten of Wands. So, like, how we could take that in this situation is that it could be that they may be just being extra naughty, and you may just feel really overburdened by them in June. It might be like, oh, they're out of school, and now, like, holy crap, I can't handle all of this. Like, when does school start? Do you know what I mean? Like, maybe it's just like, you got used to them being in school, and it's just hard to adjust back, like, to, entertaining children every day. You know what I mean? So for some people, that can be difficult. You know what I mean? Or, yeah, like I said, it could be, like, a burden, in fact, that you have to, like, maybe send them off. Do you know what I mean? On something new, or, like I said, maybe away for the summer. And it just is a little bit maybe sad. It could be, yeah, and we have Spirit said heartache over what you no longer have. And that, like, I think it could maybe apply in that way. Like, maybe you're missing them and thinking about them. I always look at her kind of as looking out and thinking, like, oh, missing. But, yeah. So, okay. With that message aside, I think that if you don't, like, I do see that this is a very very prominent, like, child thing here. I'm sorry if you don't have children in your life, or a child in your life, and you're like, wow, this doesn't resonate at all. Perhaps you might be better off picking another pile, because we do have love yourself first, and going on with the child thing, I do feel called to say that. If your child is going away from you, it might be a good time to really, like, delve into yourself, and in June, and see what, we have love yourself first. So, like, really taking care of yourself, getting back to the basics over here, trying to figure out what you're all about. It might give you that quiet time. And then it says who or what is triggering you with the mirror. So some of you might be really trying to take a good look in the mirror, metaphorically, and trying to figure out, what is bothering you in your life. If you do have your child back you have your child home, and say they're out of school, and you're more of the camper, or maybe you're feeling a bit overwhelmed and stuff like that. We do have, get back to the basics. So it might be, like, about trying to think about what did you do for fun, and what could when you were a kid, and how could you bring that into their life. You know what I mean? Maybe you're thinking of ideas on how to calm them down, like what calmed you down, or why are you so, do you know what I mean? Like, kind of just delving into why you feel that way and how you could improve it, and, like, maybe getting back to the basics in that way of thinking of what could I do, you know what I mean? Like, today I took my son out to, like, the playground, and he was, like, so tired he could barely even walk because he played so much. So, if your child has a lot of energy, for instance, that might be an option. But, you know, get them out and playing and stuff like that. But we have fair man. So dealings or relationship with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. So you could have someone prominent in your life in the month of June that fits that description. A fair person, a fair man. But gosh, I don't mean that for this all to sound like it's all revolving around a child, but I really just got that vibe off this, like, really, I've really got this vibe, and, yeah, wow, okay. I think it's just direct messages for, like, certain people that really just need to hear that. So, let's see, how else? So if you don't have children, let's get into this. If you don't have children, or you don't have a child, I think that, you know, this Ten of Wands, yeah, like it's about feeling a bit overburdened or weighed down by something. So some of you might be feeling that way, and you might feel like kind of a bit emotional, and, you know, and in your feelings about things. But you have this ability to follow some passions, maybe like delegating some of, you know, trying to like remember that, you know, love yourself first and delegate some of your responsibilities. That Ten of Wands can be talking about not taking all of the burden on yourself. Perhaps delegating some of what you have of the burdens in your life and giving them to other people, like seeing where you can rearrange your life in some way to give yourself less stress. And the Ten of Wands, it's almost over, right? It's almost a completion. It's like a completion card. So you're almost there. And, you know, for this last stretch, think about how you could get someone to help you with whatever is burdening you, so that you can focus more on what really, you know, brings you passion with this Page of Wands. And I think that many of you could find that this month in June. And we have that with that fair man. There might be somebody in your life that has, you know, if that fits this description, that may be able to help you in some way. Like whether it's, you know, fixing a house, or, you know, like doing some maintenance at home, or, you know, that type of stuff. You know what I mean? Like anything that, you know, you could delegate to make you feel less overburdened in your life. And maybe so you can channel some of this more childish energy in June. And then we have, yeah, and love yourself first, and look at more about like what triggers you. Why do you feel like overburdened? Like what's making you feel that way, and how can you fix it with, you know, an emotionally stable way? Because the Queen of Cups is, you know, she is going to be like more stable than, for instance, a Page of Cups, or lower. She's going to be in her, you know, in her glory, kind of. You might be able to, this person might be in your family as well. So we have affairs of the family. It could be, you know, somebody in your family that could help you lift some of these burdens in some way. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you, pile number 5. I apologize if it just seemed like it didn't fit you at all, if you don't have children or a child. Yeah, like I said, probably another reading for you and a different pile. I just want to wish you all the best in June, and I will see you guys in the next video. Hey, so if you've chosen pile number 6, this is your reading. You got the Two of Wands, the Wheel of the Year, the She, Soulmate, You Deserve Love, Yes, Basket, Money Path, Sun, and Leg. You've got a really good reading here, pile number 6. I think you're going to have a pretty good June. So we have Two of Wands, and that's what I'm going to talk about first. And that, okay, in this particular thing, it's about, you know, launching something in your life and kind of waiting for the results. So this woman's just launched her thing off, you know, sending it out into the world. And there is a period of waiting now for the results. And so you might be, you know, doing something like that in June, where you kind of put something that's creative, some kind of new project that you want to do, or, you know, maybe you're putting out applications for jobs, or you're creating something new in your life, and you kind of have sent it out to the universe, kind of, and you're kind of waiting for the, you know, the results in a way. So, and then we have, yeah, the She over here. So that Temperance, that's all about, you know, having patience and doing things in, you know, a calm manner, waiting in a calm manner. And so I do feel like you are going to be, I do see a lot of creation here. I think you're going to be creating a lot in the month of June, and really trying to create something new for yourself. And this is fated with the Wheel of the Year. It's something that's fated and meant to happen. It's part of your path. And, you know, it talks about good luck. So I feel like you're going to have some good luck in whatever you're putting out there. And as well with the T cards, we have great cards here. So we have Leg, which is stepping into a new experience. And I do feel like, yeah, with this, I do feel like whatever you're putting your energy into, it's something that's a bit new. You're dipping your toes into something kind of that's a bit new. And while you may not see, I do think that many of you will start seeing results this month, though. We have happiness and well-being. There'll be a lot of focus on that, and you're going to feel pretty good, I think, in general. Yeah, you have basket recognition, reward for merit, and a path with money is waiting for you to find it. So I do feel like whatever you're starting in June, it does have the potential. And if you do start to get a little bit antsy about it and thinking, oh, when's it going to happen? It will. It's still early. It's early days still, and I do think that it can bring you a lot. I think that path is there to make money with this endeavor, whatever you're thinking about. So if you have like some little scheme in your head going on, send it out into the universe, to the world, you know what I mean, in June, and I think you will see some results. And you'll get some reward for this. And yeah, we have just say yes. So, whatever's, on your mind in that way, yes, do it. And, it's going to bring you good luck, good fortune. It's going to be something that's divinely, for you. And I really think it's going to help you mix. So she also, it's the Temperance card. So it's about, combining and bringing a lot of balance to your life. So, it's about balancing, the realistic with the unrealistic, and balancing the emotional with the ego, the emotion with the ego. It's like that yin yang type of stuff. It's all about balancing. And so I think it can bring you a lot of things. And I do feel like for many of you, this is something creative, something that you're really creating with your hands, or with your mind, or, you know what I mean? It's like something like that, like a creative endeavor that can bring you a lot of money and happiness. And I really think that you might start seeing that in June. And for your love life, I took 2 cards. You deserve love and soulmate. So I do feel like some of you are probably, I think many of you are probably going to, if you are in a relationship, it's going to be a good month. For some of you that are single, you may be interacting with a soulmate in June. And you're just going to be, if not, you're going to just be very lovable and trying to really you're going to be trying out there to be attracting your soulmate, and trying to bring that experience to you. But I really feel like many of you will be focused on, some other paths in your life that you're thinking about, your career and your aspirations for the future. And more of those type of maybe artistic endeavors and stuff like that. But I think for those of you that are looking for a soulmate, you may run into one in June. And I think many of you probably already have this person in your life, though, for this pile. And I think it will just be an overall good month for you in all aspects of your life. But especially, financially, and whatever you're working on in that realm of your life. But yeah, that's what I see for you, pile number 6. If you like this reading, let me know. And I really wish you all the best. Lots of happiness for June. And take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.